Okay, this is a short video of a pistol that I bought about a month and a half ago, and this is the 40 caliber Taurus PT840. I realized that I didn't have a 40 caliber pistol in my possession, and I thought it would probably be a good idea to have a 40 caliber pistol in my possession. The 40 caliber is a little more potent than the 9mm. It is also a very common round, very common cartridge, and it's becoming easier and easier to find, and probably has been for a while, but I never really paid much attention to the 40 until recently. So, being a fan of Taurus firearms and having had good success with them over time, I decided to make it a Taurus. I saw a review online about them, and I can't remember the poster's name, but he did a very good job of pretty much selling me on the virtues of this particular model. Okay, as you can see, just like a lot of my firearms, I keep things just wrapped up in plastic, keep the original plastic, and keep them in good shape. As I say, I'm as much of a collector as a shooter, so I just try to maintain my firearms in the best possible shape and condition that I can. I don't anticipate selling any of them anytime soon, but in the event that I do, they have been maintained in the best possible state. Okay, as we see here, we will do a check here, and you can see that it is not loaded. We'll have the magazine release here, so we'll just drop the magazine as well and put it back. See if we can get a little close up. And we have a decocker on this side here. Try not to point the gun at myself, even though I know it's unloaded. Okay, and one thing that I did notice about this is that the hammer itself appears to be, you can hear that? The hammer itself appears to be plastic. Now, I can't recall ever having a pistol that has a plastic hammer, which I found pretty interesting. Now, it doesn't affect the, I guess, the force of this. You know, there is a oh, sorry, I got interrupted. As I was saying, this has a plastic hammer, or polymer hammer, I guess would be the appropriate way to describe it. And I don't think I've ever really encountered one or a pistol that has a plastic hammer. Now, I'm not 100% sure, and I can always double check some of the other ones that I have. Perhaps I just never really paid attention to the construction of it. But yeah, I just found that very interesting. It doesn't appear to affect the force with which it strikes the base of the firing pin. Even though it is, I guess, because it's plastic, it is a little lighter, but I would assume that the spring tension is still enough to drive it forward with enough force in order to, actually actuate this pistol. And this pretty much takes apart pretty much the same way as you would a Glock. You see the takedown pins here. I don't know if that's showing up good in this somewhat poor lighting. Let's add a little more light and see if that helps. Okay, we've got some more light on the case, but not here, but that's okay. You can see the takedown pin here. You pull those down. So very much like a Glock, you just pull it back a little bit, pull those down, and then you can slide it forward and slide it on off. So I think Taurus did a bit of a copycat job by designing the weapon to be taken apart in a very similar fashion to the Glock. And I guess, as they say, imitation is the sincerest form of flattery. But overall, I do like this. Like I said, it is a Taurus. It's a large frame. It does have the replaceable back straps, and I believe that seems to be a common theme among polymer firearms these days. I know Glock has the replaceable back straps so that you can fit your hand a little better, but typically I usually just go with whatever is actually on the pistol. I have, I would say, medium, perhaps to small sized hands, but I just make do with whatever's available. It's been that way since I've been using firearms, and I honestly see no reason to change. Could it make it a little more comfortable? It's a possibility. Some may even say that it is probable that it will make it a little more efficient for me to handle it. But as I said, once you become accustomed to doing certain things certain ways, such as handling firearms that may be a little too bulky in the grip, or perhaps a little heavy one side, forward or back, once you get used to something, you just deal with it. And that's pretty much the way I've seen it for myself. Like I said, you can get like if you have, like for instance, my Ruger gun sight has those butt spacers that you can put on there so that you can adjust the length of pull and all that. Well, they didn't always have those things, and you made do with whatever the freaking length of pull was on the particular firearm, and you became proficient with it. It might have been a little uncomfortable firing it, perhaps, or perhaps not, but you just dealt with it. And that's the way I see things. That's the way I deal with things in life. Life is not always perfect. Sometimes you can make things a little more comfortable for yourself, but I just like to deal with it. And of course I'm going on many different tangents now, but overall I do like this. As you can see, the PT840, I don't know how well that's showing up there. And I'm also trying a new camera angle for some of my demonstrations. So this may or may not work. We'll just have to wait and see. But thanks for watching. Let me know what you think about my particular philosophy of just dealing with things as they come. Not worrying so much about whether or not it fits my hand precisely. Whether or not, scuff my fingernail or something like that, whether or not they need painting or whatever. You know what I'm getting at here, I guess. So, you hear a lot of complaints about, oh, I got a firearm or pistol and it was a little too bulky. Wah, people just crying about things. Yeah, just deal with it. Alright, well, that's my rant video for today, so thanks for watching, and let me know what you think about all the stuff I said. Alright, bye-bye.